It's time for another video. Man, all on social media, man. Man, I'm kind of lethargic, man, about the race talks, man. Like, you know, I be listening to prominent black speakers and everything, man. They still be talking to racists, man, and all this stuff. Racist white supremacists. Suspected racist white supremacists, man. It's like, man, you can't. I wanted to get to y'all through y'all black people's minds, man. Y'all can't convince a white supremacist of your point of view, man. Like, you're not gonna convince a white supremacist to see their racism as bad, man. Like, it's a flip. It's a reality flip. Like, man, we dealing with, to us. See, let me address this, man. That's the thing with why a lot of black people don't get it, man. Good and evil is not really. It's not a defined. It's not an attribute that's written in stone, man. Good and evil is relative, man. There's no such thing really as good and evil, man. Like, it's based on what's beneficial to a being, to a thing. If it helps you out, then it's good. If it hurts you, then it's evil. But there is like a baseline. There's a baseline of what we can consider good and evil, man. Like, living things, they need certain things to survive. We can start from there. Food, water, shelter. Good food, water, and shelter. Stuff like that, man. Then it branches out, man. And really, that's how you can kind of only really define it as good and evil. But here's the thing. That only applies to you, to your needs, to the individual's needs, or the collective needs if they share similar beliefs, see? Like, I always bring up this analogy, man. If you walking, we like massive titans, man, to like insects and things like that. But we kill a lot of things just by walking. We don't even pay no mind, man. To those insects or those creatures, we're evil. But we crushing them. You know, stepping on them. We're damaging, you know, where they live at, their habitat. It's like, how could you really avoid it, man? It's like, you can't. It's like, it's relative. From a being, you're trying to clear out a forest, but you gotta tear down trees and things like that to build up you a habitat. There's no way around it, man. Like, you hear people talk about human beings is tearing up forests and destroying the ecosystem and animals' habitats. There's no way around it, man. Like, population increases. You gotta tear down stuff, man. You gotta, you know, there might be moles and rats, creatures dug in the ground, bulldozing it, crushing them to death, spearing them to death, smashing them up inside their little underground dens. It's like, are you just gonna try to pick through every little single animal and make sure you know you don't kill one of them? Just to clear that brush, or to uproot that dirt, that soil. See my point? Good and evil is relative, man. See what white society, what you have done, y'all have convinced a lot of us black people, man, that good and evil is like an inherent attribute or something, man. It's not, man. It's based on relativity. That's the theory of relativity right there, good and evil. It's relative, man. It's relative to what a thing does to a certain particular being. You got to be alive. That's another prerequisite. to know good from evil. So I say all that to say, man, when we talking to racist white supremacists, man, from our perspective, because we're the one being damaged by them on a systematic level. To us, they're evil. To themselves, they're not evil. What they're doing is good relative to their state of mind and how they perceive reality. Don't y'all understand it? That's why it's futile. Y'all hear me saying things on these videos. It kind of like, you know, kind of harsh, pretty harsh. Almost like just get the gun and start shooting type stuff on some of them. Because that's really the only way we can deal with them, man. How you gonna deal with a Dylan Roof, man? By talking to a person like that about their racism, man. You can't reform. That's not something you can reform, man. It's deeply embedded, man. It's like a religion. You're not going to convince them what they're doing is wrong, man. It don't work like that. You know. And if the roles were switched, black people, we was the one in a state of dominance over white people. We wouldn't see it their way. Because we want to be in power, man. That's only natural. That it's something that has the advantage. That's even on a cellular level, man. You got the advantage. You don't want to give it up, man. You would be a fool to give it up. You can sit up here and white people say, man, what you're doing to us is wrong, man. It's just wrong. From our position, we can say, well, hell, you're lucky we didn't wipe your asses out. See what I'm saying? See how that goes, black people? That's the mindset, man. You're lucky you got this far. We got this far. You're not going to reform them, man, away from their beliefs, man. And entertaining them is just making you weaker. I know guys like Tariq Nasheed, I know you think you're making yourself stronger, man. You're really making yourself weaker, man. Because remember, Jesse Lee Peterson, man, he wasn't really like what he is now, man. He was kind of, as they would say, radical, man. He was speaking out against white supremacy and all this stuff early on, man. But what happened to him, man? He got withered away, chiseled away, man. He got to that state of mind. He got weary, man, lethargic. I'm like, man, these people just empowered, man. If you can't beat them, join them. That's what happens. If you keep talking to these racist white supremacists, man, they just gonna wear you out. And that's why I have in some of my videos that you're gonna fall off, Tariq Nasheed. Like, you keep allowing these white supremacists to wear you down, man. You don't talk, you don't interact with them like that, man. Like, you're not supposed to keep talking about racism to them people, man. They're too far gone, man. It's not like, from their perspective, they're the good guys. From our perspective, we're the good guys. They see us as the bad guys, and we see them as the bad guys. Like, how you gonna convince anybody of anything? You're not gonna convince them, man. You're just wasting your time. If talking to the devil was the answer, it wouldn't be a need for hell. There you go, man. The only reason why we really got this far, though, is by chiseling away, man. And it wasn't non-violence, man. Keep chiseling away. We don't let ourselves forget the good fight. It's not really talking to racist white supremacists. That ain't how we really got this far. Trying to convince them of anything, man. They only go along with the things we do because they need us, man. It's like a double-edged sword. They need us, but they hate us at the same time. They need us to keep their system going, but they hate that they need us. They can't unify without us, man. It's like the Independence Day aliens. That's the only way to have a common enemy. That's the only way to galvanize them, keep them from destroying themselves. The white collective, the Independence Day aliens, which is us black people that hate. I think a lot of us are seeing that truth, man. But we need to stop entertaining white supremacists, man. I know a lot of people, they probably just think it's dismissal. You can't have a friendly dialogue with a white supremacist, man. These people want us removed, killed. That's what we got to remember. Who we talking to? We're not talking to somebody with a little grievances, man. These people are ready to pick up the gun. Don't you get it? They're ready to pick up a gun and execute black people at the drop of a hat, man. It's not trivial. It's not. Don't be deceived about a friendly ass so-called cordial dialogue. It's never cordial, man. Ain't that what the devil said in the Garden of Eden? You will not surely die. Pretty sure he wasn't shouting that in anger when he said it. I just don't get it, black people, man. How could y'all keep allowing yourselves to be withered, wore out, talking to these white supremacists, man? The moment you find out they're white supremacists, that's when you're supposed to stop talking to them, man. Discussion over. The only way you continue talking to a white supremacist is to get the war strategy. Not no feelings of what they think about you, but what a base is at, what a weapon caches is at, when they plan to drop the bombs, or to push out the bioweapons, or the cure for the bioweapons for themselves. That's it, man. You don't find out that they like you, what they think about you. Can't convince them that George Floyd died from the chokehold. They could keep saying fentanyl. Like, man, you can't convince them, man. To us, they're evil. To them, we're evil. That's just how it is, man. That's the reality of it, man. It's not about feelings. Good and evil are just relativity. You start at the baseline: food, water, shelter. Good food, water, shelter. That's really it, man. The thing that's being oppressed is always consider oppressor as the evil being. And you got some black people, man, they talk about like Charlie Kirk. No matter what he said, he don't deserve to be killed. Yes, he did deserve to be killed because it happened to him. He deserved it. He spewed the evil rhetoric that caused his death, man. He was just too evil, man. Even our universe, our creator thought that. That's why our creator used a white person to do it. What did that tell you? That tells you that this motherfucker was just see, if it was a black person who did it, then you can say it was some retaliation. No, a white person, a suspected white supremacist. When they say that guy was affiliated with MAGA, so that means he was a lesser evil who took out Charlie Kirk. It wasn't a more evil person who took out Charlie Kirk, because a more evil person would have viewed Charlie Kirk as a brother or a son. Peep the game, man. Just pay attention to what's happening out here, man. He had to go, man. He was just a bad guy. And you don't try to excuse what he did. People want to curse his family out, put a curse on his family. They had a right to do it because he was raising his family to be a certain way. His children would have been like him. There's a high probability of that. Some would say, well, it's not guaranteed, but it's a high probability of that. His wife, how could you stay with a man who has those kind of views unless you have them too, man? Guilty by association, right? Years of indoctrination, man. Like, you can't escape it, man. You got people, babies being blown up in wars and shot to death. People try to come up with this so-called decency, morality about Charlie Kirk and his family, man. Nobody really cares unless it's things they care about. When they don't care about someone or some things, then it's to hell with them and their family, their children, their means to make a living. Now, you would get black people fired for speaking out against Charlie Kirk. Now, I can, God forbid, and, if I don't have, white people come against me and I have a means to make a buck, I'm saying on the record, man, I'm not robbing nobody black. no non whites, and none of that shit. So y'all can take the hint of who I am gonna rob. If y'all push my back into the corner, and I can't survive out here, and I know that y'all have something to do with it, which y'all do indirectly, but if y'all directly come against me, you said this about such and such white person, especially that's a white racist, I'm gonna do what I have to do, man. I'm not gonna feel no sorrow for you. I'm not gonna care about your family, who you left behind. Man, y'all gotta try to come after me. Hey, I'm gonna enjoy that I'm gonna enjoy that bounty, that booty, as a pirate for as long as I can out here in these streets. And I suggest all black people, y'all say that so these white people know, man. Like, you can't keep pushing us into a corner, man. Like, we just gonna keep accepting the racism, man. What y'all want, man? The Rahor or what, man? I noticed that a lot of my videos don't get views because YouTube, they probably afraid of it, man. The algorithm know, man. The algorithm programmed to know who is effective and who can set things off and get black people to think a certain way, man. Each of us play a role out here, man. I always been that dude. I know what I'm saying can reach people, man. We at a turning point, man. We got to stop looking at these white racists as somebody to dialogue with, man. They beyond talk. It's beyond hope with them, man. They see us as bad, and we see them as bad. There's no convincing them, man. You just wearing yourself out. You gonna mess around in your old age and end up like a Jesse Lee Peterson. That's how them people are. That's how those black people are created, man. Start off radical, quote unquote. Give it time. They keep talking about it. They keep seeing the world. Other black people not really joining forces like that with them. Shit, can't beat them, join them. When you get up in age, you get weaker, physically weaker. You can't lift the same weights you normally lift. You just looking at people around you, the youth. Like, man, these people can just manhandle me, man. I feel weak and frail. My bones was aching. You need people to hold the door for you. You start getting chiseled down. The life start, your body start wearing down. So your mind start seeking out safety nets, man. That's how Jesse Lee Peterson is converted, man. That's how he's turned into a Sambo. He wasn't like that really, man. I used to see him on talk shows. I didn't even know that was him. I saw like an old talk show. Not Maury, but Jenny Jones, one of them, Geraldo, old clip. I'm like, man, that is Jesse Lee Peterson. Like, man, he wasn't saying none of that Sambo stuff back then. He changed, man. He got wore out, man. If you don't start off like that, it can happen to you, Tariq. That's why I'll be, just get back to you, man. Just be careful, be aware of what you're doing, man. You keep engaging these white supremacists, man. They're just gonna wear you out. And you're gonna get old and frail. Like, man, I need some protection, man. You're gonna get pushed around. You might have a fight with a white supremacist or somebody youthful, and you're gonna see your weakness, man. That's why I try to at least stay in the gym, try to keep my strength up to a certain level, doing shadow boxing every now and then, man. Cause I know what's waiting out here, man. I ain't came across some dudes they can manhandle you. You don't want that. They could just manhandle you, man. And a lot of young people they're strong because they got a youthful adrenal system. A lot of youngsters don't really lift weights, but they're strong because their adrenaline system is fresh. It pumps out those hormones effectively and efficiently. So when you get up in age, you gotta get brute strength. You gotta hit the gym, hit the heavy bag. You gotta rely on brute strength. That's why they say strength was the last thing to leave, really. But you gotta have it first. Because you're going to be relying more on that than straight up adrenaline. Cause when I was young, I remember how that adrenaline kick in, man. You feel like, man, I call it the dinosaur effect, like that claymation. You be stiff, but you be strong, man. You have a lot of energy. You can take a lot of hits. You know, these people from your weight class, you normally take a lot of hits. You got dudes picking people up, slamming them. It's adrenaline. All that is adrenaline, man. So when you get up in age, man, you start getting weaker because you ain't taking care of yourself, or you ain't picking up no weights. Your mindset, you see older people, man, they be looking cautious around you. If you're a strong, youthful individual, a strong person, even if you're older up in age, people, they look kind of scared of you, man. You go to the gas pump, people sit in the car before they get out. Cautious, man. People get cautious and afraid. They become Jesse Lee Petersons and all that.
Hey, ain't nothing going on with race. Ain't no racism. Ain't no racism.
Flip that, juxtapose that with the younger Jesse Lee.
White supremacy, this, that.
Just something to reflect on, black people, man. Stop engaging with these racist white supremacists, man. You're just gonna wear yourself out, man. Look at them as the devil, man. The devil is speaking through them. The devil is anti-life energy, man. Bobs and weaves through us all. Maybe not all, not our creator, but us. Try to get us to self-destruct, because that's all the devil does. That's the whole point of the devil, to get a living thing to self-destruct, to self-terminate, and to terminate other beings on the way out, man. It's the anti-life energy. Thoughts, kill yourself. That's how you know you're alive, man. Every living thing has to have, maybe some could say the devil is a part of it, man, like a needed part of it. But we got to control that MFer, that father effer. We got to control the Satan, the anti-life thoughts and energy, to the point where it's so low to the ground, so beneath us, that this thought it just glance off and don't even marinate at all. We got to come to that point. That's called perfection then. But you got to know that being, because that makes us alive, man. It gives us the motivation of choice, the reason behind choices. If we didn't know about evil, if we couldn't self-terminate, we really wouldn't be alive. We'd be like automatons. We'd be really operating off a set script. If you can't kill yourself, you don't have a thought of killing yourself, you don't have a thought of making a bad decision that you know is bad, you're not really a living thing. You're like an automaton, like a robot. Because those ideas is locked out of your mind. So you're just going off a real script. Man, let's get a little deep. You start pondering it, man. But yeah, man, we dealing with racist white supremacists, man, who don't see themselves as bad. You can't convince them. They do see it. Like they be on these videos talking about George Floyd. They say, he died of fentanyl. They really believe it. Like it's not that they lying. See, you think a lot of us think these white supremacists, the racists, we think they're lying, and they really see the bad that they're doing. They don't see the bad, man. To them, it's not bad. It's relative. From our position, it's bad. They really don't see it as bad. That's why you're trying to convince them it's useless, man. Man, that's bad. That George Floyd died from strangulation. Some of them probably know it, because I can't say that with totality. They know that that's a lie. But even still, they don't see it as bad. And some of them really believe, white supremacists really believe he died of fentanyl, man. Our truth goes in one ear and out the other, man. It doesn't compute. To them, it's illogical. What we saying is illogical. It's not that some is trying to deceive us, and some are they actually believe it. Believe that that's what he died of. And it's because of their mindset. That's how they think, man. our good is their bad, and you could say our bad is their good, but it depends on what that is. If we're being self-destructed, then it's their good. You know, they bring up Chicago and all this stuff, man. Like I said in the videos before that, they keep bringing up Chicago because those are the soldiers, man. They want us to condemn Chicago, the wrongs in Chicago, because they want us to condemn them soldiers, the people who are actually fighting the war, and the Rahor they trying to jump off. That's all they trying to do, man. Don't condemn blacks in Chicago, man. Yeah, okay, they killing each other, certain sect gangs killing each other, man. Still gonna need them, man. When the Rahor jump off, if they actually, these white racists get the motivation, the bravery to actually set it off. Don't get scared of these National Guards and all that. Yeah, we follow the rules, the laws. But man, when stuff hit the fan, man, none of them laws and rules gonna matter anyway. It's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen because they really want it to happen, and it gotta happen. You know, it got to happen. The Rahor, whatever they talking about. Yeah, we've been at a long, drawn out, so-called Cold War of white supremacy for hundreds and hundreds of years, man. But the real battle gonna take place, man. Not because I want it, but because that's why I see where it's going, man. That's the only way to really get things changed. That's the only thing that a white supremacists understand, man. You know, a lot of white supremacists, man, don't believe anything they say. Like Neely Fuller would tell us, man, white supremacists will say anything. And he used to really reiterate that, like, they'll say anything. Because we keep trying to think what they're saying and coming out their mouth is evil, man. They don't look at it like that, man. That's what a lot of you black people need to understand, man. Like, you had one lady on one of these Tariq spaces talking about Charlie Kirk, trying to say, you know, he said a lot of vile things, but I don't wish bad on him and all that stuff. I ain't wish him to get killed. That lady, man, she's not serious, man. Black people talk like that, they're not serious about the threat. Man, these people want us dead, man. Get that through your head, black people. White supremacists, people say George Floyd died of fentanyl. Daniel Penny was justifying what he did. You know, they want us dead, man. Don't let none of that casual, that cordial talk deceive you, man. And the reason why I say that we want us dead, man, they want us dead outright. They're ready to pick up a gun right now and get the blasting. But here's the thing, man. When I say they want us dead, I'm saying when they got to choose a side, man, it's not going to be a hard decision for them. Don't you get it? It's not going to be a hard decision. Those same white racists we talking to in these rooms, going back, keyboard warring with each other and these Twitter X spaces, man, they're the same ones who gonna be picking up a gun and shooting back at us. Just imagine when that Rahor would jump off, man. You a black person thinking you can kind of negotiate with a white racist, man. Come on, man, we brothers, man. We shouldn't really be fighting this. You know, they might be like, hey, I don't feel like I really don't want to kill you, man, but I gotta kill you. It's either you or me. Pow. That might be the best, closest to some kind of false kind of mercy you might get. But they really didn't want to do it. Pow. See, I want y'all to understand it's not about good and evil, man. Good and evil is a human construct. The baseline of anything that can be good and evil is food and water, good food and water, and good shelter. Everything else, man, is just a construct. And the reason why you started a baseline, man, because that's really all you can really go by to judge good and evil, man. Health, of course. You want to be healthy. But the moment somebody threatens those things, man, you're going to do whatever you can to keep them. You know, like people talk about money as evil. Money is not really evil, man. Money is just efficient means of exchange. It wouldn't be money, it'd be some kind of bartering system. You know, people come up with money and barter systems because they don't feel like doing something. You don't feel like doing something all the time. You made you some fresh bread, and somebody come in from a hard days of work, they're real hungry or something. They steal your bread, that's going to cause conflict. But what do they say? Well, you give me this piece of bread and I'll give you this cold water, clean water from our well. See, the barter system. And people don't feel like doing something, man. It's always going, that's some kind of bartering always going to transpire, man. There's no way that, you can't really say money is the root of all evil, man. People say the love of money is the root of all evil. The love of anything too much will lead to sin. You love your wife too much, you'll start neglecting your children, your bills. You'll be an ultra simp. Things won't get done. That'll lead to self-destruction. You'll push her away. You'll become possessive. She'll try to leave you, and then you'll kill her. Then her relative might come after you and kill you. Self-destruction. See how that works? I gotta wash this car. To be continued.